Hello, everyone. And here we are again, our dear soul auntie, for an episode discussing breathwork. My name's Lisa, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Zaina.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. So, I've had a question come through from one of our viewers regarding breathwork. What is breathwork, and what are the benefits, and how can we actually incorporate breathwork into our daily lives? That might sound a little bit silly. We're live human beings who breathe every day. But what we are not doing is consciously breathing. Sometimes people are even holding their breath throughout the day. So breath work is about conscious breathing. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference, Lisa, between breathing, and conscious breathing? Just to break it down.
To break it down. So basically, with conscious breathing it's a conscious activity.
We don't have volition of it. It's just happening.
It's natural.
Yes.
Yeah, we breathe because we need to breathe to live, breathing in oxygen, etc. Conscious breathing is focused on our breath. Let's put it that way. When you're focused on your breath, it actually is a mindful activity. It's a meditation. It's a healing. It's something that if you consciously breathe, you are straight away present. So let's just talk about some of the benefits of breath work, and then we can go on to discuss some of the history and how we can actually incorporate the breath work.
Yes.
And also there's various types of breath work as well, that you can bring into your daily life, and just try it out, see how it makes you feel. So one of the biggest, I would say I want to discuss about 4 or 5 benefits of breath work, and if there's any other questions.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So the main thing, or one of the main things that you're saying, is that breath work helps us anchor ourselves into the present moment, which I'm a big fan of, being present. It also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. So whenever we're being present, we're not in fight or flight. We are in rest and digest, which is relaxation, it's healing, it's so powerful.
Absolutely.
Why would one need to do breath work? So what kind of person would you say, what kind of experiences is it when we're stressed, when we're anxious, or is it like a thing that we would do just generally incorporate into our lifestyle? Who would benefit, do you think, from
Everyone.
Yeah,
I mean, if we look at ancient traditions like Buddhism, things like Hinduism, things, they're actually focused on breath work,
right?
The movements for yoga, for example, the movements are all focused on the breath. So you inhale, you go into the pose, you exhale, you extend, things like that. So when you are breathing consciously, first of all, it brings you into the present moment, as you said, Zainab. So when you're consciously breathing, there's no mind, because you cannot consciously breathe and be in constant chatter in your mind as well.
Yep.
It's just impossible. So straight away, if you're someone who can not quieten their mind, you always, this mind is constantly, chatting, saying negative, or it's just active mind.
Yes.
It's a bit of a disease in our society, isn't it? Because it's always there, as a running commentary. If you want to quieten that mind, it's a good idea to consciously breathe. Yeah. Number 2, people who suffer from high blood pressure, bad circulation, anxiety, stress, these ailments, shall we say, can be, I'm not saying they can be cured completely by breath work, but they can relieve some of those symptoms. Yeah. So when you're doing conscious breathing, it can actually increase the oxygen in your blood, and that in turn boosts your circulation and helps to lower your heart rate, and in turn, your blood pressure, your anxiety. If you notice, people who have panic attacks, What do people always say to them?
Yes.
Just breathe. Just, take your time and focus on your breath. Deep breath, relax, and straight away, that panic attack starts to die down, your heart rate starts to decrease, and you start getting into more relaxation. You're starting to heal. The next thing is it does help to actually manage pain, because again, the deep breathing will bring in more oxygen, and you can actually breathe into your pain. You notice women in labor, they always say, breathe, focus on your breathing, as you're having a contraction, breathe through it. Why is that? Again, it's bringing in the oxygen, it's focusing and telling your body, you know what, everything's okay.
Right.
You've got more oxygen now, you've got more breath, and if you focus on that, the pain doesn't go away, but it helps to, manage your pain. And also, another really good benefit is for people with breathing issues in the first place, lung issues, lung capacity. It's a good way to actually strengthen that lung capacity is to practice deep breathing. So those are just some of the benefits of breath work, which I think, to be honest, are fantastic because, it's all about what's going on inside of the body, and it's not, I'm not saying that it can, cure, your
ailments,
long-term health issues that you have, but it can definitely help to relieve some of them. So it's something that I believe, our bodies can heal themselves, but we need to provide the right environment for that.
Sounds good.
So yeah, that's really it's for everyone. I believe if someone who wants to get into meditation, for example, wants to become more mindful.
Yes.
Number one thing to do is to focus on your breath. Get into a practice of focusing on your breath, because that is basically what meditation is based on, breathing. And straight away again, the mind quietens down, you're focusing on your breath. You could stay in that rhythm for, as long as possible because you're focusing on the breath, not on the mind.
Sounds really good. And it helps to bring you not only in the present moment, but also into your body.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important as well. So sometimes we're quite disconnected from our bodies. And with breathing, it's something that we all do naturally anyway. So you don't need to look for your breath, it's always there. So you just need to notice it. And that awareness is what brings you into the present moment and helps you with stress, anxiety, blood pressure, all the rest of it. But it's something that we have with us all the time, and it's something that you can turn to basically at any time, on the bus, on the train, at work, when you've got a few minutes. It's something that is with you always, which is actually quite handy. It's not, you don't need any special tools.
No, you don't need a special tool or special, cross legs or straight back or, any of that. If you feel stressed in your job or at home, or, you have children and you just need a minute to bring it back to the breath. Not even a minute, a second. You could think, what, I'm gonna just focus on my breath just for a few seconds even.
Yes.
That can change your whole vibration
and the trajectory of your day, maybe. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Having a difficult conversation with someone, you could decide while you're having that conversation, I need to be consciously breathing. Not unconsciously breathing, which is sometimes holding your breath because you're stressed, you're not comfortable in that conversation or situation. You hold your breath. You are
tense.
Actually, you're
Clenched.
tense. You're tense. Whereas if you deep breathe, you actually hear your intuition. You can feel your body relaxing. You can, you can actually be who you're supposed to be in that particular moment. So it's really important to always you have to kind of catch yourself.
Sure.
I find myself doing that.
Practice.
Kind of catch yourself, just be, okay, I'm going to consciously breathe. Just, at any time throughout the day. Just bring more oxygen into your body. And it is amazing. It's a healing tool. It's a meditative tool.
A mindfulness
it's
tool.
a mindfulness tool. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
And how do we, Lisa, how do I, we've got busy jobs, kids, appointments, dogs, emails, so much going on in the modern day for most people.
Yeah.
How do we, I know we said about how you can just do it now, but how do we incorporate this into our lives? How do we start, maybe? How do we start? So when you've been doing it for a while, it's easy to sort of go, now I'll do it. But when you're a beginner and you're really busy and you've got kids and a job and the dog and everything, how do you, can you tell us how you would, how one would begin, shall we say?
I think you have to, like anything, you have to make a commitment to this.
Right.
As the old saying says, practice makes perfect.
Sure.
But when do you practice? Are you going to say, right, okay, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm going to set aside 2 minutes. 2 minutes before I even move, before I pick up my phone, before I do anything, I'm going to spend 2 minutes breath work.
Sure.
Or you could decide, okay, you know what, morning's not a good time for me. When I'm at work, on my lunch break, I'm going to dedicate 10 minutes to breath work. Just schedule your time. Everyone has a different schedule.
Sure.
Before you go to sleep at night, you can decide. And as a beginner, yes, okay, once a day, you're focusing on your breath work, you're focusing on you. That doesn't sound like much. But over time, you start to get better at it. You don't have to schedule a time anymore because you know that you can actually just do it anytime you like because you've practiced, you know how to actually just switch into that mode. But as a beginner, I think it's good to schedule a time.
Yes.
And start small. 2 minutes. Set the timer on your phone. Give yourself 2 clear minutes to do that breath work and see how you feel at the end of it. And build on that. 2 minutes today, tomorrow 3.
Yes.
And also change it up a little bit. We're going to go through some of the techniques of, breath work, some different breath work styles. Okay, but you can choose. You don't have to stick to one style. And we're only going to give you probably 4 or 5 different styles, whereas there's a plethora of styles out there. But you can do your research and decide which ones are best for you, which are more effective for your particular situation. Yeah. So
And very quickly, just touching on what you said about practice makes perfect. Often people, when I tell people ask about meditation or anything like that, people say, I can't do it. I'm not good at it. Nobody's good at it. Nobody's good at meditation. And none of us are good at probably breath work. Maybe there are some people, we don't know anyone. So give yourself the grace to not do it well. Give yourself the time and the grace to just give yourself, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. Whether you do it well or not well is not the point. It's just giving yourself that time to try. And you don't have to be perfect. I think the idea that we have to tick boxes and be good at stuff is sometimes a barrier to the doing and the trying. So absolutely, always remember that you don't have to be perfect. It's not about being perfect. There's no such thing.
Before anyone can succeed at something, they have to fail.
Yes.
You have to fail, you have to practice. And, as I say, I'm a work in progress. I'm not here sitting saying, we're the spiritual gurus of the world and, we know everything, because we're human beings as well. We're on a journey. We are not perfect. We're all a work in progress. So we're just here to try and help others. These are the things that we do. So it is about practice making perfect. It's not about being perfect at all.
Yes. And you don't have to believe us. We want you to try it. And that's how I've done. For me, my whole journey has been try stuff. Don't have to believe anyone. Don't have to believe the books, the gurus, the teachers, the guides, but try it.
Yeah, if it resonates with you,
try it for yourself.
Try it. So right now, I would like to just discuss some of the breathing techniques. I think it's a good idea to provide a few different,
Examples,
different examples, and you can follow along
Mm-hmm.
if you want to, or just obviously this is a video. You can always go back and have a look and see which ones work for you. So one of the first breathing techniques is alternate nostril breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, with that, you are using your right hand, your thumb,
Mm-hmm.
and your ring finger. So those two fingers. So you're just holding your right nostril closed,
Right.
okay, and breathe in. Close the left nostril. Breathe out through the right, and breathe in. Close the right nostril, and breathe out.
I see why it's called alternate.
Yeah, so it's alternate. So
nostril.
you're
Right.
basically holding your right nostril, breathing in. Close the left
Closing.
nostril, breathe out,
Okay.
and then breathe in through the right. So it's an alternate. It takes a little bit of practice,
Sure.
basically.
And how long would you do that for? How many?
I would go for, I mean, as long as it's comfortable, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
But about 8 rounds.
8 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of the cycle, and then rest,
Right.
and then maybe try again. So if you're going for maybe 2 minutes, I would say go for 8 breaths.
Right.
Stop, relax, and try
start
it
again.
and just try it again and see how you feel. This is the most simple one that a lot of people use, which is alternate. So hold in the right nostril with the right thumb, breathe in, and then close with the ring finger.
Right.
And breathe out. Just keep going in that. Yeah, alternating, I should say. So that's number one. The second one is literally called a yogic breath.
Right.
So it's literally as you're breathing in through the nose,
Right.
and you're actually filling your this abdomen with breath. So you're actually literally deep breathing, not just into the chest, but all the way down into the abdomen, and you can feel the belly rise, filling with air.
Yes.
Okay, as you breathe in,
Yeah.
and as you exhale, you can feel the abdomen going down, and your abdomen going closer to your spine,
Right.
and you're breathing out through your nose.
So it's like a all the way breath. Like,
Yeah, so you're breathing in as much air as you possibly can. There's no count. Just breathe in deeply. Keep the mouth closed.
right.
That's what they call this. That's why it's called a yogic breath, because you're keeping all the energy in to your body. And then as you exhale, let the air flow back up through your nose.
Through your nose, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's all through the nose. Okay. So with this breath, sometimes in yoga, if you're a yoga practitioner, you will know this very well. This breath, because it's used as you're going through your asanas. Yeah, so yogic breath is very powerful as well. But remember, sometimes as a beginner, you can just put your hand on your stomach and feel, your belly rising and going down. So it reminds you to fill the abdomen with air.
Yes.
And back down again. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is box breathing. So with this one, it's to a count. So you're breathing in to the count of 4.
Right.
So it's inhaling for 4, holding for 4,
Yeah.
exhaling for 4.
And is that through the mouth or the nose?
Either way, I think is okay. I think with box breathing, I think it's more powerful through the nose.
Right. Okay.
But you can inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth if you want to.
Yeah.
There's various ways of inhaling or exhaling, but I do think that keeping the mouth closed
Is more powerful.
But you can
try.
vary and see how you go. The fourth one is called 4-7-8 breathing. So with this one, you are inhaling. It says inhaling for 4,
Right.
holding for 7, exhaling for 8.
Right. 4-7-8.
4-7-8 breathing.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I think with this one, you will exhale with your mouth open.
Right.
So as you exhale, you kind of make a whoosh sound. So it's inhale,
2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hear that whoosh is through the mouth. So
Right.
it's more of a cleansing breath, this one, because you're opening the mouth at the end.
Right.
So these are excellent starting points. You don't have to start with all four
I
of
was
them.
going to ask you that.
You can start
would you
with
combine
one.
them? Do you do one? How does it go?
It's up to you.
Right.
Whichever, practice and see.
It's true. Try them out. See what
I'm
you
going to
like.
start with yogic breath because that's
Sure.
easy. Or I'm going to start with 4, 7, 8. It's up to you. See how you feel. But over time, you can start to alternate, and see the different benefits, because I
Sure.
think with all of them, you're taking deep breaths.
Sure.
And that straight away you're going to feel the benefits.
Yep.
So yeah, those are some of the types of breathing techniques.
Yep.
And obviously there are others.
Yes.
But we're trying to sort of just encourage people to start this. I think it's just start, just try.
Yeah, absolutely.
See how you get on.
And it's also a mindfulness technique. So it kind of fits in with all the other stuff we talk about. So mindfulness, being present, being here in your body. So this sounds really, really good. Lisa, I think I'm going to give it a try because I've not really done much breath work myself. No.
Okay, yeah. I would encourage anyone to incorporate. These are some of the things that really help to quieten the mind. I think is really important these days because we've all got this internal chatter going on, and when we are focused on that internal chatter, we're not focusing on the present moment. We're not focusing on the good things in our life. We're not actually hearing.
Yeah, we're missing our life.
Exactly. We're not hearing the intuition. We're not hearing our guidance. We're not hearing anything because we're focused on what's going on up here. So this is a really good way to bring you away from the mind into the present moment, into the body, into the good things that are going on. And I think it's definitely something that I would encourage everybody to try.
Yeah. Excellent. I hope that helped our viewer answer that question. And if you have any questions or you would like Lisa to talk more about breathwork, please do let us know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and please do like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. I actually just want to say one more thing. I want to say a big shout out to all the staff and people at 71 Degrees. They have kindly let us record. I wish I could turn the camera around and show just here, how beautiful it is here. I think in the previous video we had the background, the marina. But
the sun was coming in our eyes. We barely keep our eyes open because it's so bright.
The sun is kind of in our eyes. So, they've been fantastic. And it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful here. So I would encourage everybody to come for a trip out here in Turkey. But in the meantime, that's it from us.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Press the notification bell so you don't miss anything from the aunties. And please send in your questions. Thank you. Bye.